Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Minnie here, and this is a new update to the timeline mod. You guys didn't think this would happen, but it is. I didn't think it would happen either. And then I got bored and I started working on it again. Now we're here. So, what's new in this update? Well, first of all, I'm showing you this map here, which you guys have already seen this map. I've had some problems so far with it. The biggie so far in the map being that my vision file isn't working for some reason. My vision and sound alias files only work when I reference sound alias and vision files that are already made. And it's making me a little angry, but you know, I'm surviving. We'll see how I can fix this in the future, or if not, I might just have to repurpose said vision and sound files. Now, take a look at this battle here. You notice there's explosions now, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. This isn't the only thing, though, that I've added into the map, but this is definitely a cool start. Now, I haven't played on this computer in a while, and it feels a little weird, because I've been playing it on a much smaller screen, so the distance in some of these fights feels a lot closer, and it's much easier to aim than what it was on my other computer. That being said, I am in the process right now of editing my, my last encounter here, because I had some, I'm gonna say insight. A few reviews just telling me that this area was a bit too hard to fight through, and you know what? After playing it a couple of times again, I agree, it's a pain in the ass. I'm going to be lowering the amount of times the enemy respawns, and I'm going to set their respawners to a set amount of deaths from an overall group, so that way it's easier to know when it's time to move up. It's going to be very similar to these fights here, where you just have to participate in the fight, and pushing up the bunkers is not based on how aggressive the player is, because lo and behold, sometimes my stop respawning code just doesn't work for whatever reason. Is this gonna advance, or what's going on here? Are my allies actually spawning, or what? Oh, there they go. Well, they're not spawning in for some reason, probably because I'm over here. I did change around some of the spawners, but, you know, that's just some of them, not all of them. And I'm trying not to get murdered because, you know, believe it or not, I'm not a god at my own map. It is just as hard for me as it was for you guys when we played it. Of course, the initial difficulty of these areas isn't going to change. This is going to be just as... Oof. This is going to be just as hard as it always has been. So, like, this is going to change, though, where they just spawn behind you. Hopefully, anyway. Because it's annoying. Anyway, so one of the things I want to show you, though it's really only kind of just a hidden weapon right now, it'll later be a part of a larger Easter egg, which I'll explain, if I survive. In fact, what am I doing? Boom, problem solved. So, one of the new things I'm going to be adding in are Easter eggs. Now, I don't think I'll be adding any Easter eggs in here, though I will be detailing some more of these buildings before the next release. I see it's not in, but this would be a pack-a-punched weapon. I swear to God, I totally forgot to throw that in the files before I went in. Whoopsies. But yeah, no, that'll be added in. I did the same thing with Tokyo when I added an Easter egg weapon. Now, some of the Easter eggs, let's just go and set off the event for the next area. I have to find a way to fix that freeze, because that freeze is just kind of annoying. So, we go over here. And look at that. You see, this area isn't blocked off anymore. And in fact, if you walk up to it, whoo, secret level unlocked. Now that's kind of cool, because you'll see it at the end. The end, of course, being that it'll load a secret level. There is another Easter egg that I'm currently working on, which you'll be able to see shortly. Now, this Easter egg doesn't quite work yet. They're falling back to the bunkers. Wonderful. This. Welcome to the arena. Wave 1. Right? So, the arena that it's mentioning... there's supposed to be planes that are flying around there. They're definitely not. I might also put some more effort into portaling this map because, well, you know, map needs a portaling. It can't just be, you know, just because this computer can handle it doesn't mean that everybody's, you know, computer has 16 gigs of RAM and everything else. So you see that little bit over there? I'm gonna fly all the way to it, so this is gonna take a little bit of time. I have coffee here though, so I can wait. My energy's gonna stay up. This little bit here is the start of a section that's called the arena. And the arena is going to be a set of 3, actually technically 4 waves of enemies. An initial wave, and then 2 others that'll run out of things like cliffs or whatever. This is an example of a cliff, if you didn't know. I don't actually know if this is going down all the way to the floor, or... no, it is. It's just the engine being stupid. I'll have to fix that somehow. Anyway, so there's the cliff right there, right? That'd be a part of it, and you can see all the way up there. That's cool. There's a building here. You guys have seen this building before. It's not exactly original. But anyway, so it's going to be centered around something like this. You know, a central monument, and there's going to be, first off, just like regular enemies shooting at you. And then after all the regular enemies die, more enemies are going to come in. They're going to be zombies and hellhounds, and you'll have to fight those as the final boss. And then when that's done, the shrine in the center will open up and reveal an Easter egg weapon. In this case, it would be the Widowmaker, or the bar that was pack-a-punched, which would have been in that building over there had I had a brain. So we're gonna fly back to the battlefield now. This is gonna take, once again, a little bit of time. How's your day going? That's good to hear. You know, it's always nice to hear that somebody's doing okay. I know it's a little awkward. You know, you and me, we're talking for the first time. It's the first date, kind of nervous, I get it, but, you know, we can get through this. It's not like it's the worst thing in the world, right? I mean, it could be, but it's not. Oh, hey, look at that. The explosions are back. If you haven't noticed, by the way, the explosions are dynamically allocated. So, you see how they're not blowing up down there anymore? That's because you're supposed to be running into there. And they're not blowing up in the town either, because the game knows that we've taken the town. They are still blowing up in the surrounding areas, but once the level is finally finished, not in this version, but in the version that'll come out, when the level's finally finished, the, whatchamacallit, I'm drawing a blank here. Once the level's finally finished, all the artillery will stop blowing up around, and you'll get this sort of quiet soundscape. So, although the reason why I'm jumping up here, I'll show you, that right there is the exit of the teleporter. I noticed people tried to jump over here, so I thought, hey, why not, right? So this is the exit teleporter. Basically, when you finish the arena fight, you'll pop up here, and you can just kind of jump down, hopefully not over there. I do like the idea of the player platforming and traversing through these areas. Something that you'll see extended in later renditions of these maps. Alrighty, here's the last encounter. So one of the things I have to fix is this, because it feels like you're walking through molasses here, because you kind of are. This water doesn't properly work, and it makes you walk through there, so I just have to lift this up kind of into the thing. They are throwing grenades like crazy, but I guess it's World at War, so what do you expect? I have to replace the guy that has the MG up in the house over there with one of these guys, because I don't like the bipod MG, and I want to hide an M1A1 bazooka somewhere, and I've run out of weapons, so the bazooka will have to be where the bazooka lies. That doesn't make any sense, but who cares? We're going to continue on now. Now, this should signify that the enemies stop spawning, but that's not necessarily the case. Anyway, we've got more over here. So, I'm probably not going to play through the whole encounter here, but get the fuck out of my way. But, this encounter now stops you from cheesing this ending. What I mean by cheesing it, oops, is simply that, well, you see, Oh, that was a bad guy. So what you can do is you can actually pass everybody and just run into the bunker if you're, you know, skilled and cool like I am. But I don't want you as the player to do this. So instead, I'm just give me a sec. So instead I put a, whatchamacallit here, an invisible barrier. Basically that just means that you have to finish the encounter. I'll probably have like a light turn on outside here or something to signify that you can go in now. It's a very video gamey experience, I know, but I'm not looking for realism. I'm looking for video gamey. And I am too lazy for this. So, because it doesn't just take these guys into account, it takes all of them into account. So all of these guys still spawning in, all these enemies over here that are for some reason still around, yeah, they're affecting this. Anyway, it waits until only 5 of them are left. But we're not going to wait until 5 are left. We're just going to waltz right in. Let's see. Can I do it yet? No? That's great. We're going to no-clip. Now, I'm lucky I can do it on this map, because I can't no-clip on the next map. The server won't let me, because this game does run on... Believe it or not, the single player has servers that it runs on. And the scripting that it uses is called the client-side script. Something that I've had to teach myself. I've also had to teach myself the game script, so it's not like it's a experience all too unfamiliar to me. I mean, I work with single player and everybody else works with zombies, so I don't really get too much help in that realm. But I kind of forge my way through. But some of the people in the UGX modding community especially are very nice. Anyway, this is the secret level that you got because, well, you did the secret stuff. Now, I remember a long time ago, somebody had told me that this was impossible to do like level transitions and stuff without being a part of the base game. But there's some really old code in Call of Duty, because all the Call of Duties share their code. And one of them is before, you know, the whole Xbox Live achievements type deal. So, in this case, what am I thinking of? So in this case, the thing is just called change level. And I think it was made all the way back in Call of Duty 1. Whereas now, World at War actually looks at the client-side script, and then, depending on the script, allows the map to be changed or not. Whoa. Now, the dogs are a little glitchy here, and I'm gonna have to change their AI a bit to act more like the Hellhounds. Oh shit! There's a reason why I want them to act like Hellhounds. This is the exact glitch. So that the animation doesn't exist in the files. It only exists in the game, and it's not retrievable from the main IWDs or from any of the FFs that I've decompiled, which are the map files for the base game. I was able to get some of the animation scripts to work, but not all of them. And either way, the dogs in the actual game are a bit glitched, and you'll get, at least in the later versions of World at War, like what I'm playing on, you get this weird glitch where they kinda kill you, but not really, and you have to get shot again in order to die, which in base World at War isn't too hard, but considering I'm looking for a different style of gameplay to base Call of Duty, where you can, well, do what I'm doing here, you know, stand out a little more in the open, or use faraway cover as your cover, it's something that's pretty cool, and in general, just making the game more video gamey. Pupper! Pupper! So yeah, in this one I'm being very careful not to piss off the dogs, but the dogs sometimes they just straight up glitch, which is making me want to be using them very seldom in the future. Which sucks, 'cause I like killing dogs. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I'll either have to change their AI, or I'll have to, you know, to the Hellhound AI, or I'll have to cut them out entirely. Although that time it worked perfectly. The dogs are fun. I know I've spawned in a few too many in this one, and sadly I can't go into God mode because cheats are not enabled on this server. Oh boy. But I will get to the ending of this, I promise you. Once again, on my other computer, for some reason, I'm like 10 times better, because I haven't played games on this computer for a long time. This computer's been off for, I think, like 3 months. That's a lie, it's been off since the last update. Which is weird, because this is actually my gaming computer. I just haven't had time to play any games. Okay, I obviously have, because I've been working on the project, but you get me. You understand what I'm saying. The best part about this project is that I can work on it on the go. Because the mod tools don't take too much power to run. I'm gonna kill those fucking dogs real quick. Ha! I got them both. There we go. There's just 2 more that'll attack me from down that away. Good, I got him. There should be 1 more that spawns in. There's a few too many dogs right now. I was trying to base it off of the hyenas in Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops. It just does not work the same way. Huh! But yeah, so every one of these every one of these secret levels is going to be a sort of like a gimmick map. Like this gimmick map, if you can't tell, is sniper rifles and assault rifles. And that's all you get. So there's no real mid-range weapons. Don't quote me on that. I might have some in the enemies, and I might have just forgot. And so the idea is that you get attacked by enemies with a lot of long-range weapons, but you're also getting attacked by dogs, which require you to use your close range. I want to have one that's purely a rocket launcher fight, and one that is a objective-based one where you basically shell your own house with different AA guns. Not AA guns, what are they called? Artillery guns. So I think there's 1 more dog in the map. Ouch. These guys don't respawn, he's just a dickweed. Oh shit! Fuck! That was close, I would have had to replay the whole level. This doesn't have checkpoints yet. I'm thinking of doing a new checkpoint system that's kind of similar to how the game plays, where just every minute or minute and a half, it'll checkpoint and then loop. Oh, poor guy. Whew. Oh, hello, little guy. And there we go. So that's basically the level and how it plays. Of course, this here is a ruin. If you couldn't tell, I'm sorry. And you go up and around here. There's 2 entrances, doesn't really matter which one you take. I like this one because it's closer. And now you're up here. Ta-da! Look at that. Of course, that'll all be built up and modeled, and there'll be a lake and stuff out there. And then there's the ending, where you kind of run over here. You enter the ruins here. And then you'll be shifted into the next level. The next level, of course, is technically the second main level. This is the In-Between Worlds map. Now, this is specifically the map In-Between 1, and if you played through some of the gimmick maps in the previous release, you'll know that this map was in there. But this map is heavily changed now from what it used to be. Yeah, it used to be a castle, now it's a few buildings instead. And why did I do this? Because the castle was kind of a lame idea, and it made the level a little shorter than I wanted it to be. I want this level to be 3 distinct encounters. And as such, it will be. Now, I could pick up the sniper rifle here, and I will, but I really just don't want to use the sniper rifle anymore, because I spent the whole last fucking level using it. It's a bit of a drag now. But I'm going to keep it just for this little bit, because it is meant for this. The colorful water is nice in my opinion. It does this because I think it's clipping through a... Yeah, if you look over there, I think it's clipping through a structural piece. Don't want that. And so here's a part that I said I want to do platforming a little more. So now there is going to be proper platforming in a Call of Duty game. Beware. I'm not going to be a dick about it, mind you. My platforming is going to be fairly easy. But, you know, you get me. I'll have to fix up some of my my chapter titles there. This one's called Spelunking in an Alternate Dimension, which I think is kind of funny. I haven't gotten a laugh out of it yet, though, so we'll see. I'll have to get somebody to boost my ego a little bit. Of course, this map is still heavily in development. As you can tell, there's almost no detail whatsoever except for the cover, and that's okay. If anybody yells at me, I'll just say it's a mod. Huh. And that's my goal. I mean, that's, not my goal. That's my excuse for all my mediocrity. And there we go. So then you get to go out here. You can also go in through that room there. Same room, different floor. I find this room to be the more effective one, but who knows, we'll see. We might spice it up a bit. Have an extra AI spawn if you're upstairs. Anyway, there we go. We're getting even more enemies now. Crikey, look at that. I think I killed everybody. Yeah. Alright, so this level is going to be real fun to design once I get past this area. This area is almost done anyway, minus of course the detail, which I'm not going to be too happy about, but we'll see how detailing this area goes. Ow. Dick. This will be a bathroom. There's gonna be a lot of bathrooms in this map. Because I don't have a lot of bathrooms in the previous map, and I thought, why not, right? Why not have more bathrooms? So the verticality of some of these encounters is just simply because there's a whole lack of verticality in World.War as a whole. And I thought, you know what, why not, right? That's just so I could have a light shining down. I actually need to add the light shining down, though, otherwise it just kind of looks like it does right now. And there we go. That's the end of the demo. Now I wanted to show you this stuff there. Here, maybe I can... if I load it like that, I can do it. So when I say that I wanted other sorts of platforming, this right here that I'm going to show you will actually be the third platforming bit in this map. I do have textures on this, it's just right now they're not loading because I forgot to put them in shut your fucking mouth. So, you see, there we go. And that's the platforming section of descending into the cavern. There is going to be a far more platforming section, and even a puzzle to solve in this level, if I can get it all to work right. But, yeah, y'all know how I am with getting things to work right. It takes me like 6 million hours to get it done. Anyway, this is basically the culmination of what feels like more work than it should have been, about 2 months. Secret level 1 and this Between Worlds map, which is currently in... Well, it is how it is right now. Anyway, if you all enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and let me know. Leave a like down below, share it with your friends, tell your mom, I don't really care. So long as when so long when the second demo comes out, y'all play it, because it'll be fun. Because you'll not only get, you know, that old time 1 map with updates, but you'll also get this map, the Between Worlds, and you'll get 2 secret levels, one of which I haven't started designing yet, and I'll see about designing it when I'm done with this map, basically. So yeah, fun times lay ahead. We'll see how long it takes for me to get that done, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.